Welcome back, everyone, to LBS Responds To episode number 92. So yes, welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the weekly Q&A series I do here on my channel. And first off, I really want to say I appreciate all the support last week and actually the last 2 weeks. 10 to 15,000 views a piece, and also over 100 questions last week. So in turn, for the first time, I will apologize. This week has to be a little bit shorter as is, and I definitely can't get to 100 questions. But to make up for it, leave your questions down below, and next week I'll be doing like a 30 or 40 minute Q&A episode to really make up for it. Start off the new year right. But nonetheless, guys, let's get into it. I got 10 questions this week, and yeah, without further ado, guys, let's start off with number one. So the first question comes in from Jay Williams. He says, ask LBS, what is the one Lego set that you regret not getting when it first came out, and now it is super expensive? Keep up the great content, bro. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you so much, man. So, yeah, basically the ones that I regret not picking up is I really did not see it too much back in the day. It was a little bit before I started, going to the Lego store super often, starting Bricklink, starting YouTube. But it is the 2010 Imperial Shuttle, UCS one. I was collecting back then. I was in the Lego store a couple times a year. Of course, I could have ordered it online. And that is one set, again, that's my number one most wanted set right now. And, retail for $250, and now it's going for, roughly $1,200 to $1,500. You can find a little bit of a cheaper deal, maybe right over $1,000, for a sealed version. Because my biggest thing with that is if I'm going to build it now, in 2023, I need a sealed copy. It's basically all white. The entire outer, shell is white. So I don't want to, risk it being yellowed or dirtied. So pretty much where I think I'll get this set, hear me out. I think for my 10-year anniversary on March 3rd, 2023, I will probably get one of those and build it. I'll probably bite the bullet, buy it for $1,000. If anyone has one that wants to kind of cut me a little bit of a deal, I will sincerely appreciate it, and I'll build it on my 10-year anniversary. But yeah, that's definitely the ones that I regret not picking up. And even 5 years ago, man, that was on my Christmas list for like 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. And, of course, like my dad and my parents would just kind of not get it for me because they always thought, hey, look, they'd rather spend, that $500 at the time on, 10 smaller sets than one bigger set. But yeah, nonetheless, there's the answer to that. So next up, we have Jeremy Cross, with shout out to him for actually being a member to the channel. I really do appreciate it, man. He actually says, do you like or collect Speed Champion sets? If so, what are some cars you'd like to see Lego add to their lineup in the future? So, yes, I do collect Speed Champions. I've got most of them. Pretty much every single one from 2018 or newer, I believe. Yeah, 2018 or newer, I have. I have quite a few of them built. I've luckily got, like, the Bugatti built. I've got, basically all those older ones built. And a lot of the newer ones, of some of the last 6 wide ones and all the 8 wide ones, I do have a bunch sealed right now, and of course, built copies. There's a few I still want to go back and get. I still have to get the Mustang GT, of course. I've got a Mustang myself, so an S550 Mustang, so I want to get that one. Sadly, again, that one's up to like $80 used, $150 new. So eventually, I want to get it. But so some newer cars I would like to see them make, of course, is probably an updated S550 or possibly an S650. The new Mustang coming out. That would be one of those, and that's really about it. I think Lego's actually done a really good job. At doing pretty much every car, and Mustangs are my favorite. So nonetheless, maybe just all the different generations of Mustangs, I guess, at this point. But yeah, thanks for the question, man. So next up, we have Weo000. He says, ask LBS, do you know why now it's only 1 battle pack and 1 microfighter per year instead of 4 battle packs and 4 to 6 microfighters like years previous? So yeah, basically, I don't know the true answer to that, but what I will say to that is definitely in the later years of having multiple microfighters, their sales were definitely down. Once we got into the sequel trilogy, the Rise of Skywalker ones, those things were sitting on shelves all over the place, and I think fundamentally, I think we all know, the sales on those were definitely down, and I don't blame them for necessarily going down to, say, only 1 microfighter. What I really do wish they would have done, though, is maybe kept it at 2, have like one kind of pair up with the other one, have the Slave one here, and again, I would say like Millennium Falcon again, but we don't need another one of those, but maybe, I think where they should be at is maybe 2 microfighters, have something where they pair up a little bit, or, 1 original trilogy one, 1 prequel trilogy one, like every year. And then moving on to battle packs, this is where I truly don't understand why they only brought it down to 1. Because, listen, they brought them for 15 to 20. That's one thing, So of course, maybe they had to raise them up $5 to make a little bit more money. Sure, give them the benefit of the doubt. Are they still worth 20? A little bit. I think some of the battle packs are worth 20. But where I really don't see why they're not doing more of is, look, they know dang well if they make a $20 droid battle pack, 7 battle droids, if they make a really cool $20 Imperial battle pack, if they make 5 clone trooper battle packs, all for $20 each, which, if that $20 is where they need to be at to make money on those battle packs, they know those things will sell. So I'm very surprised that they're not at least doing 2 battle packs a year, if not even 3 or 4. And especially if this year, if they're taking out accessory packs and say not doing another $30 battle pack, and by the end of 2023, all we get is this $20 clone trooper one, I'd be very surprised. I think that's just money on the table that Lego's leaving out. But yeah, I don't know the true reason, but battle pack is definitely what I'm surprised about. Microfighters, I don't really blame them. So next up, we have La Bio Invasion, and they say, ask LBS, last year the accessory packs were leaked in December. This year, we don't know anything about them. When do you think they will come out? Do you think an Imperial Soldier, the Army wants not Stormtroopers battle pack, or accessory pack is possible? So, yeah, at that point, I think really anything's possible, and especially, something more original trilogy-based is definitely a lot more likely from Lego. And I know this was asked before I made that video, but I did a little update on Christmas, basically about some summer leaks for Lego Star Wars. Definitely go check out the video if you guys haven't. But where I see the accessory packs basically being is, they have a different set number than the normal line of Lego Star Wars, at least the previous ones have and all the other themes do. But where this is kind of a little weird going into the next year is in the summer wave there's actually 2 $15 sets coming out, and the piece counts got revealed for them too. And if we look at it, the clone accessory pack has 66 pieces, very kind of light piece count, really minifigure focused, and one of the $15 sets has only 85 pieces, I think. I'll put up the picture on the screen, but it's got under 100 pieces, $15. Will those be the accessory packs just rebranded under the actual Lego Star Wars number lining? Maybe so, but there's also a possibility, what I will say, maybe there's no accessory packs this year, and what some people are kind of speculating, which I would absolutely hate. I mean, it would be cool to see. Look, it'll be cool to get them for a couple times, but if Lego starts making like 10 of them a year, I'll be very disappointed. Are Lego Star Wars mechs, basically, how they do the Marvel ones, but make it Star Wars, where look, they'd be cool for the minifigure. But look, if they start doing a whole bunch of them, I'd get pretty sick of them pretty quick. But yeah, currently there's no direct accessory pack news for December, for next year, other than the fact it's looking like we might not get any at all, man. So next up, we have Javier Robles, another new member of the channel. I really do appreciate him. He says, ask, LBS, do you know or have any idea if Lego employees are sworn to not leak or reveal any future sets to the public? I have a Lego employee friend who claimed he was sworn not to tell anyone that doesn't work for Lego. So what I do know, and look, I've never worked for Lego, so I don't know in particular. And I would assume it's probably a little bit different depending on where you are at the totem pole, at Lego, whether, Lego store employee or land member. But, I used to have a Lego store employee friend as well. And basically what it comes down to is, yes, they're not allowed to tell anything to the public. I went in there and look, I mean, they don't have, microphones on them, at least we don't think so. It's not like they have, cameras and microphones, attached to every single employee. But, yeah, most of the time, look, when they're not around their managers, and even then, the manager I know at my local Lego store, also, look, they all know the leaks. They know the leaks. They know the news themselves. A lot of times they have the sets in the back. They've seen the pictures already, before we even do. And, they're just, they're not allowed to talk to the average public. But look, if you know the employees and stuff, they'll talk to you a little bit about it. It's kind of funny. At one of the Lego stores I go to, I have 3 around me that I go to. One of the friends I have, one of the people I've kind of grown to know, he knows LifeBricks. So if you're watching, man, shout out to you. It's kind of funny, though, when his manager comes up around him, he's checking me out, and, I'm talking to him about a couple things like, have you seen these pictures? Have you seen these rumors? And, his manager comes behind him. Look, he just has to kind of shut up, But, look, I don't think they necessarily sign contracts, but it's definitely when, they sign on for the job, they're not meant to, disclose any leaks or anything to the public. But yeah, thanks for the question, man. So next up, we have Wordy809. He says, Q&A, what do you think is the future of Lego looking like? Will the figures printing keep getting more complex? When will they run out of specs material? How long until Lego does everything Star Wars and just plateaus? So there's kind of two questions there. Minifigure printing, first off, I will say, hopefully it gets a lot better. We're already seeing side of the leg printing. I don't think we've ever seen back of the leg printing, but I think it's to the point where, look, 5 or 10 years from now, if Lego doesn't start giving us side of the leg printing, back leg printing, arm printing, side of the torso printing, on like everything, or even like neck printing, like on clone troopers, you have like the where you don't actually see their actual flesh head, where it's black, kind of like that little neck thing, going up, on clone trooper armor. If they don't start doing that in 5 or 10 years, I'd be very surprised. It's definitely possible. Like, look, it just comes down to financials and just kind of getting the factory set up right, where it's actually worth their time. But yeah, I think they're going to continue to get more complex, first off. And then moving on to the second one here, how long until Lego does everything for Star Wars and just plateaus? Is, look, there's enough Star Wars material for them to do stuff for the next million years. I mean, just as is. If Lego, or, if Lucasfilm were to never make another Star Wars project, the Lego's got enough material because, you know, again, if they just space it out right, that's their problem, I feel like. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff they've never done from the get-go, you know, that they could do anyway. Like, they've probably got 5 or 6 years worth of stuff they've just never done anyway that they could put out. And then a lot of this stuff that, you know, is just kind of natural remakes. Like, sure, I don't blame them for putting out a TIE fighter every 5 years. Like, that just makes sense. But, you know, when X-Wings are coming out, say, every 2 or 3 years, you know, same with TIE fighters, you know, say we're getting Luke's land speeders every 3 or 4 years. If they were to space those out a bit more, you know, even add another, say, 2 or 3 year gap to them and put in some other stuff, they've got plenty of room to literally go for the next, like, 20, 30 years, I feel. And I would be there for it because, you know, they're always, you know, as long as they keep on making new pieces, you know, say every single year they make another 100 molds of pieces, and keep putting them on future Lego Star Wars sets, I'd be there for it. You know, I'm a fan. I'm a you know, a lifetime fan anyway. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, really, I will be continuing to buy Lego Star Wars. I'll be a fan of them. So I don't think they're ever going to really plateau. I think worst comes to worst, you know, Lucasfilm stops making Star Wars things, or, you know, Lego loses the Lego Star Wars license. But you know, as is, I think it's going to be very hard for them to ever run out of actual material, as long as they realize the prequels, you know, Old Republic, that stuff does exist. You know, but yeah, thanks for the question, man. Then also coming in from Weo000, I believe he asked a question earlier. Actually, he says, "Ask LBS, would you like to see a new Swamp Speeder for $35? The 327th Legion could be awesome. Swamp Speeder was shown in episode 3 with the 327, so it makes sense. So yeah, that's actually a very good idea. Now that I think about it, you know, I really have not really thought about a Swamp Speeder remake, and especially the price point for it. Because if you guys did watch my leak video from a couple days ago, my biggest concern is a lot of the prices are like, you know, $15 through $45. There's only one set above $45 for the Summer Wave. And sure, look, I get it. There's 1 or 2 sets that have not been leaked yet, you know, or revealed. You know, I get that. My sources have told me that. That's fine, you know. But even then, a lot of cheap sets there. And what I will be coming out with, I think, on January 2nd is my full prediction list of what I feel like Lego could be doing. But now that you say Swamp Speeder, that's actually very possible because it does make sense. You know, throw the 327th in there. You know, I think, you know, make it a $45. If you make it the exact same size as the fighter tank, so say for $40, you know, you include Ayla Secura, you give us Commander Bly, 1 327th, and then 2 battle droids. That's a very possible set right there, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, that's a great idea, and I'll kind of run with that, I think. So yeah, thanks for the question, man. So next up, we got Legos Dude, and they say, ask LBS, do you think Lego will remake all the color clone commanders like they did in 2013? And I know what you mean. I know you mean the sergeant, lieutenant, captain, and commander. And yeah, you know, on paper, look, that'd be a fantastic idea. I mean, you know, you tell me, why do they not include, even if they are kind of limited on it and say they don't want to be, you know, putting them in every single set or make a whole bunch of sets just based off of those clones, what I really feel like they could have done, you know, look, I get it. You know, don't put some of these minifigures behind super high price points. You know, that's one thing. I'm perfectly fine with that. But if Lego wants to use that as an excuse, you know, at least be consistent with it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, put that, you know, C-3PO now in a cheaper set. You know, how they literally did the Clone Commander and the Mace Windu very dirty out of the UCS gunship. But how I think they should have done it is bare minimum, give us, you know, the yellow commander in the UCS gunship, give us the sergeant again, give us the green guy, just like how they did back in 2013, give us the green guy in the accessory pack, and even in the advent calendar, like, why not, like, you know, give us the green sergeant again, maybe, but even then, be spontaneous, give us the blue lieutenant, you know, why not, like, and then, you know, say the commander or the captain or whatever comes out, maybe in a summer set this year, you know, like, just one of those things where Lego definitely could have done it. I don't know how they were so good with it back in 2013. Like, it really seems like something clicked in the past 5 years where Lego's really just kind of losing their sense of, like, capability almost. Like, they're capable of it. They've got the money. They used to have, like, the brain power, too, it felt like. Like, why are we getting the Clone Commander in 3 sets before we get any of the other colors? I just don't truly get it. But, yes, I think it's possible. Lego has the capability for it, and they should be doing it. But, yeah, I don't know at this point. You know, truly, if we don't see another one by the end of 2023, then I think Lego might just forget they even exist. You know, but yeah, thanks for the question. Next up, we have Over the Hill Soccer Dad, and he says, do you have any sets except for the Christmas X-Wing that you don't plan to open because they become too expensive? So, yeah, you know, look, you know, I've been collecting Lego, you know, for about 15 years now. My first sealed set I ever kept sealed was the Batman Dark Knight Rises set from 2013. I was going to gift it to my dad, and then I kind of realized, look, I'll keep it for myself. So I kept it sealed. I got him something else that year. But nonetheless, you know, so I've been collecting sealed sets for coming up on 10 years now. And there's a lot of sets that I've kind of purposely kept sealed, but also I would not mind mind building now. Like the UCS Slave one is a big one where, you know, that thing's like $600 or $700 right now, where I would just feel like a criminal for paying $200 for it back in 2015 and then cracking it open after all these years of gaining value, just to ruin that value and cut it in half by cracking the seal. So, you know, UCS Slave one's a big one. B-Wing, even, you know, there's a lot of the bigger sets. Look, like if I had the room for it, I think the biggest thing kind of holding me back from it and not making me feel too bad about it is because I just don't have the room here. You know, until I move out, until I get like an actual shelf or, you know, have my living room, you know, filled with just UCS sets, I don't feel too bad about it. But yeah, UCS Slave 1 is the number one right here, where if value wasn't an issue, like if someone PayPal'd me even $500 right now, you know, I would crack open that Slave 1 right there, and I would probably do that just because I don't want to, you know, I waited all those years. You know, it's coming up on literally 7 years of gaining value just to ruin it. It's very hard for me. But yeah, there's quite a few sets in my collection, you know, that I would like to build, but you know, I've kind of I've kept them sealed for too long, you know what I mean? So yeah, thanks for the question. So then actually moving on to the last question for today's video. Like I said, guys, kind of a shorter one. You know, if I missed your question, it's not because I'm ignoring you, but definitely leave it down below. I promise, you know, next week, you know, next Thursday, I will do literally like a 30-40 minute Q&A episode and probably knock out 20 or 25 questions. So definitely leave them down below. But lastly, right here, we have Blue and Gold Bricks. He says, ask LBS when and if will you do a room tour? So yeah, I will. This is kind of like a self plug right here. I'll kind of put this here. So yeah, basically my intentions, guys. So today is a Q&A video. Tonight I've got a live stream. Tomorrow I have a Bricklink store tour for 2022. You know, the end of 2022. That will be the Bricklink store tour. So that is one half of my basement. Then come Saturday, you know, the last day of the year, I will be doing this side, you know, my YouTube side, my studio side, my collection side, you know, where I build my mocks at. Basically everything you guys see on this half of the basement will be a tour on Saturday. You know, little disclaimer, it's kind of messy right now, but I do want to show you guys what I'm working with. You know, a lot of new people to the channel, and basically, you know, then it'll be cool to see throughout 2023. You know, if I get my act together, start cleaning it up a little bit, make it look a little bit better. But so that will be the next 2 videos after today, guys. You know, Bricklink store tour for the people that care about that, and then also going into the, you know, the YouTube side of things the following day. You know, basically just so you know, we all kind of see, you know, where's my Lego room at, you know, where's my Lego basement at the end of 2022, and we'll be able to see, you know, next year this time how much better stuff got. So yeah, there's all the questions, guys, and let's close off the video. All right, guys, so really quickly before I actually close off the video here, I want to promote, guys. So tonight, in about 4 hours after you guys see this, you know, Q&A video, if you guys are watching right when it's uploaded, on Thursday, December 29th, I've been talking about this for months and months. I've had this box sitting here, no joke, since July 29th of this year. So it's been almost like 5 months pretty much. And basically what this is, guys, is I will be opening up 9 of the Assassin Droid Battle Packs tonight. You know, so I've got 1 out right here, and this is a sealed case, a factory case what's in here of 8 more of them. So presumably untampered with. And basically what I'll be doing is I'll be cracking all of them open, looking for a chrome Darth Vader. So it is possible out of Battle Packs for all the people that say it's not. That's actually where I got mine back in 2009 myself. So I got these for very cheap. I got them for like 20 bucks each, you know, brand new sealed. So, you know, I'm not going to feel too bad cracking them open. And you know, yeah, if we get a chrome Vader, that'll be the mystery, guys. It's gonna be a little mystery unboxing tonight. I'll be opening one of these. I'll probably be giving away 1 or 2 also, you know, once I crack them open. And you know, there's no chrome Vader, I'll probably give away 2 of them. And my deal is too, if we get 3 chrome Vaders tonight, I will give away the 3rd one. So definitely stay tuned for it. It's going to be a very fun time, a long time coming. Hopefully everything goes right. And this is going to be big, guys. 9 opportunities to get a chrome Vader right now, which is going for roughly $450 to $500. So nonetheless, guys, there's the self promo for tonight. I hope to see you guys all there. It's going to be a really fun time. 7 p.m. my time. And we'll be going for probably 2 or 3 hours tonight. So that's everything for today's video, guys. Like I said, leave your questions down below for next week. I'll have an extra long one out for you guys. And that's pretty much all. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for you guys later. Bye, guys, and stay safe.